Deliveries on the way.
Running shotgun. Let's move. Need backup?
Hello everyone, my name is Rob, I'm from the Insane Gamers, and this is part 7 of Halo Infinite on the Xbox One. And as you can see here, I picked up a Marine, and in case you didn't know, basically the Marines in this game, they sound like, it sounds like they've got people from Xbox Live to do the commentary, to do the dialogue. I mean, your mum looks like a diseased dinosaur. That is definitely something I could hear an Xbox Live player saying. Yeah, so I wanted an element of surprise. Didn't work because that Marine started shooting that jackal. But yeah, I mean, I like how they've actually got dialogue about the fact that I'm using well, I was going to say a moped. This is not a moped, a quad bike. The Mongoose is what it is. Now, as you notice, I've got an achievement there. Wars with Friends. Brought some rescued UNSC Marines along for the ride to a main story mission, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the tower. Be very careful, because obviously there's a lot of jackals or skirmishes, whatever you want to say. I mean, I think they're two separate species technically in the lore of Halo, but they look very similar to each other. Yeah, they're all around with their snipers. And that's the one that was just shooting at me, and I was like, I'm going to get rid of you, so you're not going to be a problem. And then this brute came over and hit me. Now, this is a bit of... Here's the thing, I mentioned this in the previous video. Or at least I think I did, I can't remember now. My problem is that I originally recorded part 6, I did a commentary on it. And then I started doing commentary on this. And I got so sidetracked doing commentary on this. And then that I just sort of like, I was like, I can't be bothered. Stopped it. And then redid the commentary for part 6. So now I can't actually remember. Like, I deleted it because I was also like, I wasn't really particularly that happy with it. Because what happened is, I was so distracted talking about, I think it was Doom in the original. Yeah, I was talking about Doom in the original one. And, I mean, I talked about it in the redone version as well. But I was so busy talking about it that I actually missed 2 of the silos. I was just talking about Doom. You don't want to be trying to climb up those things, by the way. It doesn't exactly work. I mean, you might be able to, but it's not what I did. Now, what I was going to say there before I got slightly sidetracked was, I didn't know if I mentioned it in the previous one. I think I did, though. Was about how many enemies there are now in Halo games. I mean, the previous Halo games, yes, it was old technology, it was lower graphics and all that, but there was less enemies. Because obviously it was more complicated. And that's a thing now with modern games, is the graphics are better, but also the amount of enemies that can be shown on screen is better as well. And it sort of makes these battles longer and harder, I guess you could say. Because, I mean, maybe it's also because I have not played through this game before. I'm going in blind, essentially, as I do this Let's Play, or this walkthrough, I should say. I mean, yeah, it's a walkthrough, but unlike the previous Halos, apart from Halo 5 Guardians, that was a blind one as well. But this is, this is blind. But the previous Halos I've played. Although saying that, ODST I only played once. But yeah, that was a. I don't know if I'll have to look at that in like slow motion or something, but I think I grabbed that gun and then brung it to me, and I don't know if that's actually a thing. Like, that's what it looked like happened, but I could just be wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure I grabbed the needler or something that was hanging there and brought it towards me. Now, I went to go up there to kill that skirmisher or whatever, and it was, it disappeared. Like, not disappeared, it was killed. Presumably by one of the Marines that shot it. So yeah, this is what I mean about things taking longer. I mean, in previous Halo games, you would have gone in here, you would have killed the amount of, like, the enemies that were in the middle of the courtyard. I wouldn't have had to have gone up to the side of the thing to get rid of some of those enemies. These enemies here wouldn't have come out and started attacking me. It would have just been like, go straight into the building where you need to go, activate the thing, and then maybe you'll get more enemies that decide to come out after you've activated the thing. In this one, they just come from all over. And there's just so many of them. I mean, I like it, but it also means a lot more work in editing, because obviously when I do die, because I'm not expecting so many enemies, I'm still used to previous Halos, really. Yeah, it's a lot more complicated to edit round, basically, because I've mentioned before how annoying the editing for this is, because it's very difficult to edit around the deaths because of the way that they've got this fade in thing. So, you know, I mean, I know I'm recording this on the 7th of July. 7th of July? No, I'm recording this on the 7th of January. It's coming out sometime in July. I know that much. Yes, I'm that much ahead. Because, I mean, when you do a Let's Play, I mean, it helps if you have a little bit of a backlog anyway, but the way I see it is, until the channel becomes so popular that it's worthwhile doing a game as soon as it comes out, in my opinion at the moment, might as well just record the stuff while I can. And yeah, and what I do is I have a schedule of obviously the videos that come out, and some of them I go, oh well, the game's right near the end, might as well just finish it. I'm thinking of doing that for Mario Golf, to be honest. Haven't finished Mario Golf yet, but I did do it for Astro's Playroom, so I've completely finished Astro's Playroom, completely finished Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. So I have like, well, I was going to check my thing, but unfortunately I closed the file that I have where I've written everything down. There's a cutscene coming up, so I'm going to shut up.
The lockdown protocol should be simple to reverse. Let me see. 3, 2, 1. Done. Oh.
What is it?
This place is an interrogation facility run by our elite friend back there, Chaklock. His reputation is not good.
Neither is mine.
Right, so yeah, we've gone in there. I've now got a shotgun, so I'm very happy. And
You're going to need to manually activate.
yeah, we got to get into the building. So like I said, this was only the first part of the thing. But there's still so many enemies, and you've got to go like over to activate the grav lift. Like you can see the thing on the map there. Well, that was an edit because I died because of, well, the amount of bloody elite brutes here. Unfortunately, this failed. Well, it didn't fail. I blew them up there, as you can see, but you didn't see it because unfortunately, well, there was one of them still alive, but I killed 2 of them, and those Marines did. I don't know exactly what happened because I fell off the cliff. I think what happened is I stickied one of them, and then it, like, maybe a Marine shot it and that's what killed it. I don't know. But you got to activate this thing here, which activates the gravity lift. Kill all these brutes that are here. I mean, I said in the first part or the second part, yeah, well, it definitely would have been part 2 because part 1 was literally just the opening cutscene and the tutorial bit where it's like how to aim. But yeah, I mean, this guy took, look how many punches he is, but he took. But I said it in that part, in part 2. I said, oh, that first level, it makes you feel like such a badass. Like I one-shot a brute with a headshot, and now I'm actually on the planet, and it doesn't feel that way. And maybe you have to rank up Master Chief to get like better armor, but I mean, you'll see that later in the video. It tells you about like switching out, well, I've got the grapple hook, but later on I will get this thing that like lets me see where enemies are. I mean, I don't exactly know why that exists, considering that you can just press down and it sort of displays where enemies are, but it shows some hidden around corners and stuff. You'll see it when I get it. Here it is.
And the source of the distress signal. We're too late. A deployable threat sensor. It appears to lock onto and highlight any targets in range. Could be useful. This armor belonged to a Spartan named Hudson Griffin. Sensor logs suggest he was alive when the armor was removed. Forcibly. It's a long shot, but he might still be alive.
So as we can see there, that's the gravity center. The gravity sensor. And yeah, the slightly annoying thing, I was trying to figure out how to swap it in, but turns out it's literally just using the arrows or something, the D-pad. But the annoying thing about it is because it replaces one of your armor abilities, it replaces the grapple hook. I've been using the grapple hook so much that I forgot, essentially, that I'd swapped it out. So I was deploying the threat sensor. I mean, I'm still using the grapple hook at the moment, but it was more like when I got up here. There we go. So you use the D-pad, as you can see. And now I'm using it, and it just fires out like that. I mean, that's completely worthless. I mean, you can see where the enemies are, but in my opinion, it's not really that great a thing. I mean, didn't discover them. I mean, granted, they didn't walk into the thing, but still. Now, this part of the level, we're inside the tower, it confused me. I was a bit confused on where to go in some places. So, don't do what I did, essentially. There's a bit where I walked around the map. You'll see it when I get to it. But, like, I walked around in circles, because this goes around in a big loop. I was like, oh, you climb up there. That makes sense. That's what I meant to do. See, I went to use the grapple hook there, and I just used the threat sensor, so it was completely worthless. But yeah, you walk up here. I think there's 3 floors, maybe? I don't know. But as you notice, if I press down, it still sort of well, it doesn't sense enemies, but it senses everything else. So I guess that's why the threat sensor exists. But really, if you've got the threat sensor, it should just, when you do the scanning thing, it just should just work like that. Like you can see, there's an elite there. There's a lot of enemies. Well, like I said, there's a lot of enemies now in the game. It just feels like a constant battle, and I don't know if I like it as much. I mean, granted, when you're doing the free roam and stuff, not in missions, it feels less, like, because obviously there's bits where there's no enemies at all. But even then, to be honest, the things are quite close to each other in places, so it's not great. Now, as you can see, this is sped up footage because this is the bit that I was on about where I got confused on where to go. But I got a Spartan core, and this is where I discovered how to level up stuff. So as you can see here, I got this thing where I can, well, I was looking at what it did, but as you can see here, I add that thing to the to the grapple hook, and it electrocutes enemies briefly now, so that's nice. And there we go, that increases the thing, and this is still sped up footage because I was like, where the hell do I go? And then I discovered where I have to go, which is another level up, as you can see there. So don't do what I did there, just look for the bit to go up. It's on the right hand side, because I was looking on the left hand side because that's where you can see that thing that goes in. And as we can go, there's no enemies here, surprisingly, on this part of the level, but there's a reason for that. It's because we're getting to the boss battle, so I'm going to shut up for this cutscene.
Welcome to my tower, Master Chief. It is where you will be broken. It is where you will give up your secrets.
I mean, it's not really, because this took me, I think, I would say about 2 attempts to do. really, really quick and invisible, but if you have the shotgun like I do, surprisingly easy to kill. I mean, the first time I ran out of ammo, it's more helpful if you actually stick them, but when you get, as you can see, with the sticky grenades or whatever they are, they sort of electrocute him, so that's sort of helpful. Just taking a drink of water there. Reloading the shotgun takes ages though. Actually, that didn't seem that long. It felt longer when I was actually playing the game. Maybe it's when you actually completely... There we go. It felt a lot longer, but yeah, just hit him with the shotgun, it worked. And then we got another long cut.
Shut this thing down.
Working on it. Okay. Be ready. I'm going to cut him loose.
It's you. You're alive. Chief, the Banished. I tried to stop them. I tried to...
Easy. You're safe now.
The Banished, they have something they call the conservatory. That's all I know. It's picked up north of here. Dig site. I couldn't stop them. But you can. You have to.
Consider it done.
That's good. Good. The others, the Spartans. Did you?
I'll find them.
Echo 216, all channels. Can you hear me? I repeat, can you hear me?
Chief?
Big guy, your motion tracker isn't moving. Ah, come on, give me anything.
Chief,
Respond, please. Did you find the source of the signal? Whatever's down there either has to come with us or be left behind. Can you hear me?
A dig site on the ring? This conservatory must be some sort of Forerunner installation. What do you suppose they're after?
It's time to go.
The one downside to this is, as you can see, I picked up his energy sword, which may have been a bad idea, is I got a shotgun with 2 bullets and an energy sword. And that's really not good, because as you'll see when it's part 8, I exited out this way, which I think is, there might be multiple exits, but it's the way I exited out. And I walk straight ahead. You can see the bridge sort of in front of me. And there's a whole bunch of enemies on the end of that bridge. So yeah, that took several attempts to do. But yeah, I've been Robin from the Insane Gamers. Thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra.